Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we've got a battle between the only two civilizations in the game that can put their people on diets, as Capoch, playing as the Georgians in blue, gets ready to take on the Viper, playing as the Bengalis in yellow. Now all the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP. Not a bad time for us, Goat discovered, to take a look at the civ matchup that we are going to be watching today. Now, the Georgians are a cavalry-centric civilization with some powerful supporting features. To start with, all of their mounted units automatically regenerate HP and can be put on a very strict keto diet so that they take up 15% less population space. Both of these features do help them mass their unique unit, the Manaspa. This is a heavily armored cavalry unit whose attack actually increases when there are other Manaspas or Nightline units around. Now, in addition, like the Tatars, very important for the Georgians to take this. I am trying to highlight unsuccessfully the high ground, since all Georgian units and buildings take 40% less damage when they fight downhill compared to the usual 25. Looks like a bit of a rhino-zebra standoff there as Capoch continues pushing this very cool-looking zebra to its ultimate delicious death. Now, to help the Georgians build as big and powerful an army as possible, they do start the game with a free donkey cart. Their fortified churches increase the work rate of nearby villagers by 10%, stubborn zebra, and their economy can be much harder to raid and damage because repairing buildings does cost 25% fewer resources. Their defensive structures, which include their town centers, can be upgraded to get a +2 attack boost, and their towers can be upgraded to deal pass-through damage. Now, who might those towers want to attack? Look no further than the Viper, playing as the Bengalis in yellow on the eastern shores of this map. The Bengalis, an elephant civilization through and through. All of their elephants take less bonus damage, are more resistant to conversion, and can be upgraded to attack 20% faster. Now, in addition to that, all of their melee cavalry, which by the way does include their battle elephants, do come with a small +2 attack bonus against skirmishers, which makes their Feudal Age defense against skirmisher play a little bit more scary. Now, in order to support their slow elephant units on the battlefield, Bengali monks come with a massive +3/+3 armor boost, and their unique unit, the Ratha, is one of the most versatile but hated units in the game, being a chariot unit that can actually switch between ranged attacks and melee attack with trample damage. Now, to support their army, every Bengali town center spawns 2 villagers for free whenever the next age is reached. And I'm going to make my usual promise that I, trying to think mathematically, 9 times out of 10 fail to keep, which is whenever the Viper goes up to the next age, I'm going to try to take a look, because anyone who watches these videos who's heard me cast knows I love watching these civ bonuses happen in real time. I love seeing where he allocates those 2 villagers. In any event, when he hits feudal, 2 villagers will pop out of here. When he hits castle, 2 more. And then when he hits, luckily, I mean, if we're lucky enough to see an Imperial Age game, which after yesterday's video, you know is never a guarantee, we'll see where all those extra villagers pop out. Now, to support their settlement, their civilization, the Bengalis can also, like the Georgians, put certain of their units on a diet. In this particular case, their villager and monk population can be upgraded to take up 10% less population space. So both these civilizations, like I said, ones that can very much enforce a very strict diet on some of their units, villagers and monks for yellow, cavalry for blue, which does open up some interesting late game extra unit availability and so forth. Maybe bigger economies, bigger armies, dare I hope? Who knows? In any event, Ostrich, its head not in the sand. I bet it wishes it was in the sand, the hell away from these hunters. But both players are now heading up to the next stage. 0 idle time for both players at 18 villagers, and the Viper is already beginning to wall off the northern portion of his base. Let's see if this forest extends all the way to the end. It does indeed, although he hasn't seen that. And let's take a look at the attack path. The map, not a small map. This is actually quite, I don't think this is tiny. I think this is very much not a tiny map. The attack path, though, fairly clear between the bases. A few forests, some high ground here, which always inures to the benefit of any civilization that has any kind of high ground features. Cough, cough, looking at you, the Georgians. And as usual lately with Arabia, a big, juicy relic right in the center. Let's take a look at the location of the resources as our Georgian also begins walling off. So these are, neither player here wants to really deal with the other. And it looks like, okay, Capoch did discover the wall off. The villager does have loom. And with certain, I mean, there is availability of high ground here for his unit. Maybe his scout could have taken this kill, much like we saw yesterday. The Viper pounce on a constructing villager. No spoilers there, but let's take a look. Primary gold for our Georgian to the back. He also has extra gold. Oh, damn it. I knew it. I knew I was going to miss it. I knew I was going to miss it. Why do I feel like there were lumberjacks that were sent? Oh, my goodness. Let's see where the next villager is going. Although the Viper can, of course, yeah, okay. Ah, I hate it. Like I said, 9 times out of 10. I think I was literally a split second, and maybe my eyes were so focused on the TC I didn't notice where the other two. Maybe they went to harvest some goat meat. Maybe they went to cut down some trees. Doesn't really matter. The Bengalis already ahead 2 villagers just by the very nature of their civilization. Let's take a look at the resources. Enough silliness. Primary gold to the back, extra gold to the back, extra gold also to the back, but left off campus. He has seen it. Getting that free donkey card in the beginning, by the way, very good. Look at that HP. Look at that armor. It does make a good scouting unit. Primary stone, very close by, but Capoch has left it off campus. Secondary stone, ooh, gross. Very forward position. With the Georgians, always want to see where your stone is because they are one of those civilizations whose unique unit is how do I put this? I mean, sexy is the wrong word, right? I shouldn't describe a unit in Age of Empires as sexy, but when every single person who plays Georgians goes Manaspas, I mean, this is like a very sexy unit. In any event, those are the resources you always want to keep, just like when you're playing against the Spanish or the Portuguese, you kind of want to see, because castles do play a pretty prominent role in terms of Georgian strategy and meta, unless Capoch goes cavalry archers, which is also something that we've seen. Primary gold for the Viper secure to the back. Secondary gold also secure behind this wall off. Again, why build here? Why not build here? Although I guess that's pretty far away from these lumberjacks. Primary stone also left outside in the forward position. Extra stone also in the forward position, as is extra gold. Yikety yikes. What an ugly 3 out of the 5 resources outside of the TC area in the forward position. That is not pretty at all. A secondary wall off already beginning here, or maybe that's just part of the primary, because in Age of Empires, I don't even know if this is closed. Who's kidding who with the elevation? This game sometimes like an MC Escher painting or drawing. You have to really unfocus your eyes to see what the exact hell is going on. And the Viper initially choosing a funnel approach, leaving his forward portion open. Now walls himself in completely. Speaking of completely, our Georgian has gone full Howard Hughes. No way in, no way out. At least the Viper's got a gate. And did I see the attack notification? I did. One of these Georgian scout units takes a bit of damage, but take a look. 5 HP regeneration rate means that as long as he can run around the map, look for relics, by the time he gets back to the front lines, he will be fully healed. He's already at 11 HP. By the time I drag out this very slow meandering sentence, he will be at 12. Damn, this door and this vase of glacial water, says the spearman, who's now going to be joined by 3 more scouts. So Capoch keeping an eye on his opponent. I don't think the Viper's been on that side of the map for a while. Yeah, no, he hasn't even seen the southern wall off, whereas our Georgian is very much active here. He is keeping an eye. He wants to know what the hell is coming out of the Bengali, because the Bengalis, yet another civilization you want to keep an eye on their location of stone. Thank you, Mr. Red Phosphoru, because their Ratha being a wood gold unit lends itself to the Red Phosphoru build where you just double down. Although the Viper making no indication that he's doing that at all. Instead, what he's indicating with 100 more food and a little bit more gold is that he is very interested in heading up to Castle Age. Although still no extra villagers on stone. Tells me maybe we're not going to get to see a Red Phosphoru style, the Red Phosphoru adjacent build. For now, both players have significant quantities of army running around the map. Tinkle, tinkle, go the spearman. And the first kill of the game at the 16-minute mark. Actually, the first 2 kills of the game are these 2 lowly Feudal Age spearmen, who I believe were killed by these 2 archers, who now are free to move forward. More importantly, the cavalry is now free to move forward. The Viper doesn't have a single spearman left. What he does have is 1 minute and 50 seconds until he hits Castle Age. So he's just got to hold on here. He's got to defend this. And he is shoring up his defense here with another layer of houses. the same time, where is his cavalry? Having a very tense standoff against this one spearman here. Has he seen the spearman? No, he doesn't. If he did, he would probably have pounced. Oh, and look at this. Instead of moving to repair the house, is it just because the presence of 3 archers? The Viper instead abandons ship here, reallocates, says, hey, you guys were farmers. You were berry pickers. Now you're on wood cutting duty. And all of a sudden, our Georgians is inside the base. The Viper drew his army in. I was wondering where they were going, but I guess the game plan for him was always, I guess, abandon that one house. That being said, we'll see what the Georgian can do. A tower is going up. Town center is, for a second, garrisoned by a single villager. Will the Viper get his first kill of the game? He does. Will the Lion get its first kill of the game? It does not. Poor Lion. Capoch still, by the way, 250 foot away from Castle Age. So, to be fair, this is probably the best scenario for him. Keep the pressure on the Viper side of the map. You know the Viper is not going to be going out searching for kills on the other side, on the western part of this map, if you have no fewer than 8 almost fully healthy scouts in his base. And so the Viper in Castle Age, what is he doing? He is upgrading his scouts to light cav. He is plugging up the hole in the wall, looking to trap these units. But what the hell is this? What the actual hell is going on with these Georgian archers? Okay. So they're, I guess, like a flat earth expedition. They were told, you know, go visit the edge of the world. You might fall off, you might not. And so now they're just there, hanging out. Not too sure what the hell they're doing. Viper's evened up the kill count. His units are stronger, but slower. Which means if Capoch wanted to, he can... oh, maybe not, maybe not. You gotta be so careful. You're inside the base of the fastest waller in the history of this game. Probably the player who single-handedly introduced quick walling into the game. And so you've got to be so careful with your scouts. Although the Viper is getting, or pardon me, Capoch is getting bloodlines, so his units are going to be just as tanky as the Vipers. And again, there is some high ground here. I'm surprised he's not taking it. He looks like he wants to. How's that flat Earth expedition? Okay, so they've proven the Earth is flat. They're just kind of hanging out there. Okay. For a second, they thought they were Hindustani and came with an attack bonus against buildings, but nah, you do not. And 4 light cavalry units are enough to shoo away double the amount of scouts. The Viper adding a second TC. He's got 2 villagers on stone. He already has collected 1 relic. Capoch hits castle. Capoch immediately second town center. And now it looks like there might be an actual battle, a very narrow battle here. I'm surprised the Viper didn't just wall this out. What is this? 1, 2 walls? Maybe 3 or 4? In any event, he is looking to clear up the Georgian presence, the Georgian incursion. The penetration of his rear is what the Viper is looking to do. But oh, the placement of units here is so sour for him. These scouts are now light cav. We're in Castle Age, which means they regenerate not 5, but 10 HP per minute. And now it looks like Capoch is going to spit roast this base. Army coming in from the left, army coming in from the right. Will the Viper be quick enough? No, he's jacked his wood too hard. He's left a gap in the forward portion of his base. But the light cav, worry not. They have done nothing, accomplished nothing. And now it looks like they're going after... No? Yeah, no, it looks like they're going after some infrastructure here. I don't know. I sometimes wish I was like a crocodile that had has eyes on both sides of my head. So with my left eye, I could look at this battle, and with my right eye, I could look at this battle. Did the Viper just convert a light cavalry unit? Of course he did. Of course he did. +1/+1 to his 0+1. So a very good trade there. And he saves the monk, I believe. Where did that monk go? Where did that monk go? Oh my goodness. Well, sometimes I feel super blind. Did they kill the monk? I feel like the monk is still alive. In any event, whether alive or dead, converting a light cavalry is still a feat. But Capoch is closing in. The Viper says, you know what? I can't really defend against this. I don't really want to. And so I'm just going to shove my villagers back home. More light cavalry monks are moving forward now for blue as well. Spearman, yeah, good luck to you, buddy. Good luck indeed. Okay, but the TC does avenge. And now the Viper does have a lot more numbers. How are these 4 archers, by the way? They're down to 1 archer, 0 kills. And this is so annoying. We're 25 minutes into this game, and the Viper has to deal with this annoying presence. He's gotten up to 3 relics. We get another conversion. No. Oh, Capoch. Oh, what an opportunity missed because he was busy killing villagers. Okay, not bad. What's better, to kill 2 villagers for the Bengalis who get them for free when the next stage is reached? A 3rd one dies as well? Or to get a monk carrying a relic that's almost literally on the doorstep of the monastery? Hey guys, you might want to move. You might want to move so that that gate closes. By the way, I again missed where the extra villagers went. So pardon me, from this town center when the Viper hit Castle Age. So far, of the 2 ages we've reached, I've missed both. And it looks like you are the last unit that remains in the rear of the Viper's base. And here we go. 70 villagers for our Bengali. No surprise there. Capoch at 66. I mean, perfect numbers, right? 2 extra in Feudal, 2 extra in Castle. Both players have not terrible TC idle times to be who's kidding who. Just over a minute for our Georgian. Just under 2 minutes for the Viper. Who's again... Okay, not much these guys are going to be able to do now. Very, very good location for a 4th town center, especially now that he's cleared up that incursion to the rear of his base. Is our Georgian taking stone? Yes, he is. So, 8 tile radius in each direction. Do not be fooled by the squircle you see here. That is the attack radius of 6. Add another 2 tiles in each direction, and any villager here works 10% freaking faster. So how many fortified churches does our Georgian have? Beautiful. 3 farmers, gold miners, lumberjacks, more farmers, more lumberjacks, stone miners, castle going up. All of them roided up, all of them taking their Pervitin. Okay, deletes the unit instead of giving it to his opponent. And now it's the Viper's turn. Hey, 29 minutes into the game, he's getting forging. Not bad, not bad. And he's actually looking at the northern portion of his opponent's base. But this time, the Viper does have a construction crew nearby. Will he repair? Will he build more behind? He's just repairing. He's also shoring up. He's learned his lesson here when he jacked his wood too hard. And now he's shoring up the southern portion with a pikeman and some static defense by way of a house. But slowly, the Viper, with no fewer than 5 frickin' town centers, has taken a 13 villager lead. Capoch still on 3 TCs. And Manaspas are out. Now, the cool thing about Manaspas, holy moly, aside from the millions of other cool things about them, is look at their speed. The only quote-unquote heavy cavalry unit that can catch up to a cavalry archer. Isn't that crazy? 1.54 movement speed compared to the usual 1.49 of a heavy cavalry like a knight or a paladin or a cavalier. Crazy speed on this unit. But the developers recently nerfed it. No more 75 HP. You now get 70. So 5 HP reduced from a unit that can pack a huge punch. He's got 7 of them. He needs 1 more to get that +1 attack boost. Right now, he's just at that +1 with forging. And the Viper moves out. So I talked a big game about an elephant civilization. So far, we're seeing pikemen. So even more pikemen. So he's just looking to zone out some of these units. We've seen in the past how bad pikemen do against Manaspas. I mean, it's one of those situations like Conquistador versus Skirmisher, where on paper, it looks real good. Oh my god, he traps the archer unit. Oh yeah, this is what we came here to see. This is why we pay the big bucks. This is why we want to play this game forever and ever. Villagers take matters into their own hands. The Viper probably laughing on stream as he plays this game, saying, what the hell is that archer still doing here? I'm surprised he's repairing and not just building a stone wall or something behind this. He does have 444 stone. Now it's his turn to try to enter into his opponent's base. But his light cavalry, not too sure they'll accomplish too much. So as I was saying, on paper, pikemen, spearman line units versus any kind of cavalry with their attack bonuses. Right now, +22, then +32 if we see halberdiers. On paper, it's supposed to. counter, but against certain units like the Lechai, the Lithuanian Lechai, and the Manaspas, man, do they get shredded to pieces. Archery ranges. No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Viper. This is like that scene in the Avengers when Black Widow, when Natasha finds Clint after he's become like an assassin or something for the I don't know. I never understood. Is he an assassin for the Japanese mob? Is he killing members of the Japanese mob? But in any event, Natasha finds him and he does that super cool wiping of the sword on his elbow. And she tells him, hey, Clint, we've maybe found a way to get everyone back. And he looks at her with sadness in his eyes and he says, don't give me hope, or something. I'm paraphrasing. It's like, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope that we're seeing elephants. Don't give me hope we're seeing elephants. Look at the gold. Look at the food. Come on, let's see elephants. I want to be disappointed. I'm begging to be disappointed. Surprised that this Georgian castle isn't over here on a bit of a higher ground. And look at this. Look at Capoch. He wants nothing to do with any of these light cavalry units. I love this. Both players so fantastic. No, he's going squires and halberdiers. Okay, that's what all that gold was for. No, he's not. He's going elephant archers. Zen. Deep breath, Mr. Caster. Deep breath. Say your mantra. Wololo, wololo. Elite Manaspa. Elite elephant archers. We are gonna get to see peak Age of Empires right now. Now, Capoch making the same mistake yours truly made a few days ago when casting the Georgians, thinking he needs 28 Manaspas. You need 29. You do not need 28. You need 29. You need one more. Train one more. He's getting a trebuchet. Both players are in Imperial. It looks like, not too sure what these are. Outposts, actually, have been taken down. So the Viper, who's trying to get vision, has been blinded on the southern side of the map. Blinded by the Georgian light. Revved up like a deuce. Another runner in the night. Another castle. Come on, you need one more Manaspa. This is going to haunt Capoch. If he takes a fight and loses right now against these halberdiers because he's missing +1, even though he still doesn't have blast furnace, it is going to haunt him forever. The Viper, by the way, up to 156 villagers. Now, I don't know if this is because he expects to get raided because he has no intention of walling in his own base. Or maybe he does. Or I don't know if he's going to research Mahayana and put all those villagers on a diet. Okay, Capoch realizes that training even more Manaspas. They took a really bad fight there, actually. It's a lot of dead blue bodies. The Manaspas themselves aren't super duper expensive. Not the craziest cost for 45 gold for such a heavy, powerful unit. And yes, 23 elephant archers. Looks like our Georgian has backed off as well here, not really getting the damage he wanted done. It looks like he killed a few more villagers, lost a scout line unit of his own. But the Viper has certainly planted the Bengali flag right in the center of the map and says, this is my territory. You are going nowhere. The problem with these elephant archers, as cool as they are, as chunky as they are, as adorable as they are, wrinkly asses and all, they pretty much attack on as much as a longbow, a 7+4. Oh, pardon me, 7+3, 7+4 in 30 seconds. So they're not perhaps the strongest. They attack on an 11 against the Manaspa, which has 6 pierce armor. So 5 damage to a unit that now has 100 HP, which to be fair is better than 105. He's going after the monks. Holy moly, how long is it taking to kill that one monk? And the Manaspas close. They close and they're on the high ground, it looks like. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at how quickly they go through these halberdiers. Lost a good number of them though. And now I don't know how long he can take this fight. It looks like Capoch is again slicing the Viper's economy behind us. We'll keep an eye on that. But the Viper's down to 119 villagers. So I was wondering why he went up to 156. Was it Mahayana or was it an expectation of raiding? It is not Mahayana. And so it is very much an expectation of raiding. Who doesn't love to see this beautiful arc of elephants? I mean, come on, it's one of the most beautiful sights in Age of Empires. Why did you pack it up at the worst possible time? Your armor goes from 150 to jack. No, I'm not going to say it. pikes he's also missing are Bengali, so they are not attacking 20% faster just yet. They will from 2 to I think like 1.67 or something. We'll find out. Let's see. Oh, look at that. I know something about this game. 1.67. Our Georgian seems a little bit lost. He's attacking an archery range when he doesn't really have to. He's losing another Treb. He's not really defending his Treb. The Viper trying to wall him out, but the Manaspa's closed. The Manaspa's closed on Halberdiers here as well. It looks like the Georgian incursion to the rear has ended. And wow, okay. The Viper is Trebless in Seattle. He is training 1 replacement. 24 elephant archers. How many kills on these guys? 29 is not bad on this kind of unit. What they... How do I put this? What they lack in attack power, man, oh man, do they gain in chunkiness. Look at this, fully upgraded, 7,000 HP. I mean, what the hell do you do against 7,000 HP? And remember, these are Bengali elephant units. They take 25% less bonus damage. So even if our Georgian, whose infantry line is pristine, FYI, pristine, they get every single upgrade. They're like the Japanese. They're like the Britons. They get everything available to them infantry-wise. If he was to go Halberdiers, it would cut that bonus significantly. I think it's against War Elephants plus 60 when you factor in cavalry and elephant damage. Now, never mind. He is instead probably going skirmishers, which are a little bit lackluster, missing the last armor upgrade, and I also believe missing thumb ring, yeah. Although I don't expect these elephants to stay still very much. Viper is down 14 villagers. He's got double the army count. Half of it, though, more than half of it is in Halberdiers. And Halberdier versus Castle is not a fight that Yellow wants to take right now. That being said, Capoch needs to get his numbers up. He loses another Treb now. The armored elephants are waddling forward. I love this maneuvering out of blue, by the way. Just keep Yellow moving for a little bit. Get these Halberdiers softened up by the castles. And then just charge in. He's going to take this fight against the Halberdiers easily, which means the armored elephants are dead. Which means the Viper has no choice but to retreat. Unfortunately, because the castle is on the low ground, it doesn't benefit from that 40% less damage. It looks like to the south, the Viper is gobbling up gold and stone. Stone and gold, okay. There's another patch here. The Georgians' secondary stone patch. I love, by the way, that the faster civilization, the Georgian, is the one who's walled off against raids, whereas the slower civilization, the Viper, has made no effort to wall off against raids. And there's Mahayana. There it is. 123 villagers are going to count for 12 less population space, which means 12 more possible elephants. He's training Trebs, monks, light cav. Maybe he will raid with his light cav. Who knows? Certainly don't get hussars, which is something the Georgians do get. And here we go, skirmishers. +4 archer, +2 cavalry archer. So +6 gets lowered to +4.5. However the rounding works. 1 Manaspa doesn't know if he wants to eat zebra, ostrich meat, or kill halberdiers. And where the hell is Capoch going? How many Manaspas here? 45! Fully upgraded. Look at that 22 attack. By mining camp in the blink of a freaking eye. The Viper again moving in to these 3 castles. He is really okay, losing a villager but getting him an aspa for it. Not a bad get. He is so stubborn, the Viper. I mean, I get you've got the death ball of the slower unit, but he is just really, I mean, what do you call this play style? Like battering ram style? He just really wants to batter his way through that center of the map. A whole bunch of halberdiers do push back these Manaspas. It looks like they wanted to cut across through here, but the Viper's quick micro added a few gates, stopped them from doing so. And now where the hell are they going? Oh, they're going straight for the armored elephants and the Trebs. They're going for the building destroying units. He knows if his buildings are safe, if his castles are safe, and he can repair them, remember, at 25% fewer resources, using 25% fewer resources. If he can keep these structures safe, I mean, there's very little the Viper can do here if he continues to try to butt his battering ram head straight through the center. Converted Manaspa going after villagers, skirmishers trying to get whatever damage they can get done, but 1 villager does die. Where the hell is this going? I mean, we saw yesterday MBL with his skirmisher movement. Now we're seeing Capoch with his cavalry movement and Treb movement. A lot of interesting choice of pathing. Nobody's taking these box turtles that are inside their own bases. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Hey, I want the gold. Oh, there's pikemen here? Forget that. I do not want that gold. And the Manaspus pivot yet again. Am I wrong? Did the Viper actually wall off his entire base? It kind of feels like now he has. Okay, now he actually has, or maybe not. This is open. Some light cavalry units do bite the dust. There's a lot of skirmishers here, and they are fully upgraded. Pikemen, tinkle, tinkle, will die to these Manaspas, but again, trash for gold units. Never a bad trade for the trash player. Halberdiers managed to get a gold miner who will never mine gold. That's very sad. That villager was born to mine gold, and he heard that do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, and unfortunately for him, he dies. Very sad. The moment of silence for that villager. Now, Capoch is adding in hussars. And remember, as the Georgians, they do regenerate all of their cavalry now at 15 HP per minute. The Viper says, you know what, enough's enough. Stop trying to attack me from the south. I'm going to take the stone. I'm going to secure this area. And then he pulls back. What's the game plan here for the Viper? Again, he's just trying to stubbornly butt his head through the center of this map. That being said, Capoch isn't really finding damage with his more mobile, super duper powerful cavalry force, which unfortunately numbers 24. And so instead of a +8, they're at a +6 right now. How many are there here? In fact, only 19. Okay. So he only gets the +2. 8, 15, 22, 29. The other Manaspas are here. Looks like they killed a few. Halberdiers lost a few hussars. So trash trading out for trash. But Capoch is not, again, being active on the raiding side of the map. A player I think like Mr. Yo or Hera would have tried to, exactly, here we go, find avenues of attack. And like I said, as much as the Viper looks like he's walled in here in the south and maybe in the north, he is not actually walled in. And there's not but a tower here defending his settlement. And I think Capoch is going to see this now, and maybe this will herald in a new era of attempting to penetrate his opponent's base. How many kills so far on these 4 blue units? 10 of them, 6 of them villagers. Let's see before they get taken out, if they even do get taken out. 12 kills, 13 kills. Okay, 2 of them are dead. One of them is about to die as well. Oh man, Halberdier is so good. So good at taking out the trash. So those 10 kills became 16. Those 6 Vil kills became 12. And 1 love tap. Bye-bye. Viper's up to 27 elephants. Oh my god, look at the machine gun stream of arrows. A castle full of elephant archers. Oh my god, so much action happening everywhere. This is going to be one of these games. It's going to be a few picture-in-pictures where I miss a whole bunch of kills. I will apologize in advance. Capoch is trying to build some kind of proxy attack base to the top, to the south as well. The center still no man's land. This is literally World War I style. One player advances 5 meters, the other player takes it back, then advances 5 meters, then it's that taken away from him. But Treb is exposed, and Treb will die, unfortunately. As quick, as powerful as Capoch's army is, it's not quick enough to stop that. Looks like a bunch of lumberjacks again, jacking wood too hard. Expose this area, die. And this is what Capoch needs to do. This is what he needs to do. He's ahead 100 kills right now. He's killed 98 villagers to 47. He has smaller army, but the more mobile army, the more powerful army, I think still does go to the Viper here. I mean, these elephants are, they've decided to make this center area their home. And they are territorial. And they will not give it up to the Georgian war machine. Although it looks like this castle is finally falling. Capoch is out of stone. No repairs for you. How many Trebs? The Viper has managed to pop 5 Trebs out. And let's see what's going on around the map real quick. We've got Hussars killing villagers. Hussars about to get killed by the castle. Another Hussar run by here. 3 idle villagers to the south. Halberdiers are killing villagers. How many kills on them? 12. 12 of them villagers. 13 villagers. An entire gold mining colony depopulated by Halberdiers. Not something you see every day, but I'm glad the Viper sent more than 1 or 2. Otherwise, it would have taken about 1,000 years for those Halberdiers to kill those villagers. Trebs are shelling away at what looks like the elephant archers now. Flaming ball is going where? No, it's trying to get this Treb. He's going to lose another castle. Okay, so things are starting to look a little pear-shaped here for our Georgian. And will the Viper's stubbornness, his dogged refusal to leave this center portion of the map, work out, or will these skirmishers finally be able to get some kills here? Get your asses onto the high ground, please. Okay, finally they do. Another castle to the south for the Viper, it looks like. Armored elephants moving forward. Get the Treb. The last Treb. Where even are these 2 siege rams? Oh, they're still in their they're still at home. How many Halberdiers did the Viper bring here? 3 Halberdiers, but it looks like all of his villagers. No, pardon me. All of his villagers, but 5, 6 have been killed. So this castle should go up. At the same time, he's discovered this run by this proxy base. I thought it was all stables, no stables, and a single archery range. Why the archery range? Not too sure why he needs to feels the need to mix in skirmishers in that raiding area. But hey, you notice something missing here in the center of the map for blue? 3 castles, which means no more Manaspas for him, which means he is now down to pure trash against 31 elephant archers. 31 elephant archers with 107 kills, and most importantly, the W. Holy moly. Look at the mini map. Look at it. It's on fire. Halberdier attacking a stable. Castle going up. Some Hussars running by. They've managed to kill 5 villagers. I see a few dead bodies here. Skirmishers trying to evade these light cavalry units. Halberdiers trying to kill spearmen. But the real story here is, holy moly, look at the kill count. They're basically they're 13 kills off. How crazy is that? After an hour, this game lasted an hour and 3 minutes. Well, the exact inverse of yesterday's game. There you go. Some people were not happy that yesterday's game lasted about 2 seconds, but you got what you wanted this game if you're a lover of long games. 496 to 483 kills. 118 villagers to 71 villager kills. I don't know that necessarily villager kills were really the name of the game here. The decisive factor, I feel like mostly the loss of center control, because now no stone, no gold. What the hell are you going to do? I mean, I guess you could be stubborn. I guess you could keep going more and more and more and more Hussars. You do have fortified churches, which, remember, still just the original 3. Interesting. I thought he would have more, but you just have 3. Doesn't really matter. All of these farmers are working 10% faster. So not exactly Slavic farmers, but 10% working farmer, 10% faster working farmers. How many stables did our Georgian have at the end of the game? Sorry for zooming out so much. No, those are houses, Mr. Caster. 17 stables. He could have continued. Other players would have been a little bit more stubborn, would have kept throwing more and more and more Hussars at their opponent, hoping that they would get sick and tired. These elephants are not going to accomplish much. The Trebs will. The elephants will not. But let's take a look at the stats and see what the hell is going on. 162 Manaspas, 71 elephant archers, halbs and light cav and skirmishers. PKPM, Capoch right at the beginning of the game. The Viper right in the middle of the game. Both of them mid to high APMs. And look at that, only 8% difference in economy. Would have been much bigger if the Viper didn't collect 4 relics to 1. And trash going to our Georgian. Scarce resources going. I mean, if you remove the 3,600 extra relic gold, it's pretty much almost identical gold. Stone is almost identical. So the Viper is ahead. Scarce resources, mining wise, just barely. and he's down trash resources because there you go, lumberjacks and farmers working 10% faster with those fortified churches nearby. 13 conversions to 0, 10 raisings to 9. Nah, raising's not that high, but if you remember that 3 of those raisings, so a third of the Viper's raisings were those 3 very important castles. All of a sudden, the nature of the picture changes. Meanwhile, he's got 1, 2, 3, and a 4th castle going up. Not that he's going Rathas, but it doesn't matter. The elephants are still here. Man, did the Viper refuse to move these elephants? I mean, stubborn as an ox, stubborn as an elephant, stubborn as a snake. What expression do we want to choose for this game? What a beautiful game out of both players in Capoch. If he had done this about 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, I think he may have stood a greater chance of maybe tiring out the Viper and forcing a GG out of him. Unfortunately, those Manaspas died. The wall-offs in certain areas were just too good. And like I said, even though the Viper looks like he's walled in, he really isn't. This entire area in the center is completely open. And this entire area in the back is completely open. And by the way, going up to Imperial, I missed where the extra villagers went. My goodness, yet another game, yet another disappointment in myself. But it is what it is, you know? Never be too disappointed in yourself. There's always next time. There's always the next Bengali game. We'll try harder. We'll try more. And hopefully we'll get to see that. But what an absolute incredible game. I hoped against all hope that we were, when he started plopping down these archery ranges, that we were going to get to see elephants. And the elephants, by the way, ended. Holy moly, as we saw right as the GG happened. 107 kills is pretty damn good. And the army, the Georgian army, is just on retreat mode, left, right, and center. He is being hounded. And like I said, he doesn't have a bad economy. 115 villagers, most of them working 10% faster, is not bad at all. The problem is you've lost your gold units. You've lost your ability to train your gold units. And, well, I shouldn't say you've lost your gold units because he still does have a single ram. Well, there you go. And so, unfortunately for our Georgian, our Bengali, just after, what, 30 minutes? 25 minutes? Just crashes finally through the center, crumbles the defense, the hilltop defense. By the way, I think 2 of the 3 castles were perfectly placed on a hilltop. The third, I think, was somewhere here, kind of on the low-ish ground. So it didn't really benefit from that 40% defense bonus that the Georgians get. But let's not belabor this. The game was over an hour. If you're still listening to this, thank you very much. But it is the Viper with the center stubbornness who takes the GG. But pardon me, who takes the game. But GG in a ridiculously close, super fun game to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.